All right, so we are in the pattern now. We're on a left downwind for runway 20 at pattern altitude. We're gonna do a full stop landing to make sure that we run our checklist. Fuel on the fuller tank, primary locks, mixer full rich, fuel pump landing light on, seatbelt is secure. We're coming up on the midfield point. We're gonna make a call in a little bit and then let them know what we want to do. So this is going to be a night landing. Night landing can be very tricky, especially if it is the first time for you. You know, we have the black hole effect where, you know, if the runway is surrounded by darkness, the runway you will think the runway will appear to be closer to you than it actually is, right? So I'm at the midpoint. I'm gonna make a call. Tower 85 November Alpha, midfield left downwind runway 20, request stop and go.
45 November Alpha, runway 20, cleared stop and go. Then make left traffic, call your downwind.
20 clear, stop and go, left traffic, call downwind, 85 November Alpha. All right, cool. We are cleared to perform a stop and go on 20. And then I will continue our conversation about night landing. We talked about the black hole effect, which is essentially the runway is the only lighted surface. It would create some illusion that the runway is slightly closer to you than it actually is. And then we also have autokinesis, which means that if you're staring at a light source for an extended period of time, it will have some illusion of the object is moving, right? So that will be distracting as well. So at night, another important part is the lighting environment, the runway lights, right? So when we turn around, you will see some of the lights, and then we can explain. All right, so I'm gonna focus on flying the plane. Right now we're on base. We have the clearance. I got the runway inside. I'm gonna treat it as a normal landing. All right, land as normally as possible. Check your airspeed. Looking great on base. All right, start the turn. So the runway environment is coming into sight. First of all, the green lights that we're looking at is the runway end lights. That means that if this runway, at least we are not seeing any display thresholds, and then the runway edge light is those yellow lights, and then we'll have our PAPI on the side, right? And then you can see the taxiway lights are blue, right? All right. Again, this runway is big. It might look closer to you than it actually is, right? We're gonna treat this with a lot of caution. Now we got the runway made, and then we'll cut power to an idle, right? Start your flare, and then track your center line, right? All right, touchdown. I'll gently let the plane come to a full stop with some brakes, and then we're cleared for a stop and go. So we're gonna stop, come to a full stop, use some aerodynamic braking. All right, get rid of my flaps. Everything looks good, full stopped. All right, full power. Normal takeoff. Airspeed is alive, gauges in the green. 55 rotate, a lot of right rudder, maintain center line. And then he wanted us to do left traffic, and that's what we're going to do. And get to our best rate of climb. Track our runway heading. All right, we'll do that one more time. We're 800 feet, and then we'll clear the runway first before we start our crosswind turn. All right, That's the end of the runway. So we're going to clear in the darkness as to the best of my ability. It's actually pretty easy to spot traffic in darkness because of the lights. All right, I got about 100 feet to go. Maintaining my best climb. Runway behind me. Pitch. Power to 21. Maintaining a pattern altitude. All right. Turn on my downwind leg. Power is good. My airspeed is good. Maintaining pattern altitude. All right, I'm again on my reporting point. 85 November Alpha, midfield, left downwind, runway 20, stop and go.
5 November Alpha, runway 20, cleared, touch and go. Correction, stop and go.
Runway 20 cleared for stop and go, 85 November Alpha. All right. Landing checklist, fuel on the fuller tank, primary and locked, mix full rich, fuel pump, landing light is on, seatbelt is secure. All right, once I'm a beam, I can't really see the numbers on the runway. I'm just gonna use the threshold, the green lights that we were talking about just now. All right, that is my threshold, and then looks like he turned on the approach lights for me. That's great. First notch of flaps. Airspeed looks great. That looks about 45 degrees behind me. I'm going to start my turn. No need to pick up airspeed. If I feel low, I'm going to add some power. Yep, the approach lights are on. Thank you, Mr. Controller. Second notch of flaps. Airspeed still looks great, right? You'd rather be a little fast than slow, especially at night. Wow, great. Airspeed looks good. The light is actually a little too bright. We can ask the controller to dim the light a little bit for us, but I think I'm okay. All right, I'm gonna add in my last notch of flaps. Airspeed looks great. Might be a little too high looking at the PAPI, but I'd rather, again, be too high than too low. All right, so airspeed looks great. Keep that nose pointed at the runway. I got the runway made. I cut power to an idle. Let it glide in. Start the flare. All right, just the transition. All right, just to kind of hold off. There we go. All right, gentle brake, aerodynamic braking. All right, flaps, full power. A lot of right rudder. All right. Airspeed is alive. Gauge is looking good. 55 rotate. Just a little back pressure. A lot of right rudder. Maintain center line.